Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. Well, today I was fortunate enough to get my hair done. I hope you like my do. I bring that up because it was my hairstylist that inspired this current dish. While we were talking, she and I are both on keto, and we usually share recipes, and so she was telling me about how she made this amazing bacon cheeseburger casserole. I was like, what? I've never heard of a bacon cheeseburger casserole. But I tell you what, when I heard of the ingredients and I went online and looked up a couple of different versions of it, it just sounded amazing to me. So I decided, guess what? I'm going to make a bacon cheeseburger casserole today. So thank you, Erica, for being the inspiration for today's dish. It's actually very simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this really kind of, we'll do 3 takes, but essentially we're going to cook our ground meat. You all probably know by now I don't eat beef, so I always use ground turkey, but you can use ground beef. The other thing is this dish, the quantities that I'll put online in the comment section is going to fit a dish about this size. So if you want to use you have a larger party, it's just 2 of us, so I'm going to use this smaller one. But if you want, you have a larger size party that you're feeding, a family you're feeding, certainly just double the ingredients, okay? So with this, I'm going to go on and put in the ground turkey. I've kind of got this, the heat started. Now on the bottom of this, or in the pan already, I have put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, okay? That's kind of the thing I do. And then what I'm going to also add with this, while this is cooking on one side, is I'm going to put in minced garlic. I'm going to actually cook this a little bit on the side, and then I'm going to mix it all together. And I'm going to add some chopped onions. So I'm going to just put this in here. And I'm going to let it cook. Let's get this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to let kind of these 2 cook. It's a little cute way of doing it. Sometimes people, and I do it myself, I'll put in the onions and the garlic first. Either way, it's all good. So I'm going to go on and let this cook a little, get thoroughly cooked. And what I'll do is, once this is cooked, we're going to come back, and then we're going to move this actually from this pan into the casserole dish, okay? So we're going to go on and let this cook, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I have allowed it to cook quite a bit. As you all know, with ground turkey, I don't like it chunky. And what I do to help to even out, you know, the meat itself is I like using my potato masher, whatever you can come up with, just to kind of divide it a little bit. Now, the difference in cooking with ground turkey versus beef is what's going to happen with mine. I have ground turkey. I mean, my residue here is mainly just water. You're going to have fat, you know, kind of grease from the beef. So you're going to want to drain that, you know, in a colander or something like that. Drain that grease, because you don't want to put that in the casserole, okay? But see, here's another good reason to use ground turkey. So you don't have that unnecessary fat. And I tend to like to cook with my ground turkey tends to be the kind that's like 85% lean. If you get much leaner than this, it doesn't cook really well. So, I mean, I know it's less fat, but it's not that much fat anyway. So yeah, I've as you can see, I've mixed now the onions after I let it cook a little bit. I mixed the onions and the garlic together like so. So this is just about ready for me to now move from here to the skillet. This is looking good. So again, see how crumbly it is? I like it. Some people don't like ground turkey because they're like, oh, it sticks together. Well, just use a potato masher or something just to make it more crumbly. I love it. I mean, I love the taste of this better than anything else anyway. So, and I don't know what would happen if I would eat a beef burger now. I'd probably be sick for many days and weeks and all of that. All right, this is ready. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn off our heat here, and I'm just going to transport this into the casserole dish, okay, like so. Just gonna get all of that. You can see me do that here. So I'm gonna get all of that in here. And you probably can tell I've got the oven actually already preheating to 350. All right, so with that, I'm now going to actually add half of my bacon. So I've pre-cooked the bacon. This is actually 5 slices of uncured bacon with no sugar, so it costs a little bit more, but certainly healthier. I'm gonna take half of this and I'm going to actually mix it in like so. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to make the rest of it. You'll see I'm going to put it on top. If you want to put the whole thing in, guess what? You can do it. It's your prerogative, but I'm going to, I mixed half and I'm going to put the other half on top. So now with that, let's make our inside that's going to help hold this together. So I've got 3 eggs that I've beaten here, and I've got actually half and half. So we've got that going, and then this is just my salt, my pepper, and it's a little bit of onion powder that I'm gonna mix all those together. So let's just, and I had already beat my egg, so this won't take much for me to have to do. So you'll just kind of see I'm just mixing it together because the eggs were already beaten. I'm going to now add half the cheese to this mixture, okay? Half the cheese. And I know you can probably guess where the other half is going. All right, so let's get some of this stuff out the way. So now that we've got this mixed really well, then we're gonna take this and we're gonna literally just pour it on top of this ground meat. I'm calling it ground meat because yours might be something else. Okay, like so. Cover it nice and evenly. Okay, and then I'm going to top it with the rest of my bacon, like so. And I did, just for me, I did like 5 pieces of bacon. And, you know, I drained it, got all as much grease out. And then we're gonna just finish this off with our cheese, okay? So I'll put, again, make sure you look in the comment section, you'll see the amounts and that type of thing. As I said, just double it if it's, you know, you want to make it for a larger size group, okay? All right, here we go. This looks absolutely delicious just the way it is. Voila. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. I'm going to check it at about 25 minutes. Remember, I always tell you, everyone's oven is different. If it's gas, if it's electric, I mean, so many variables. So I always try to check it a little bit before when, you know, someone says, well, it should take about 30 minutes. And I usually check it about 25 minutes or so. And I'm going to put this kind of on my top rack. Hi, everyone. We're back. So I kept mine in the oven. It actually stayed in for 35 minutes for me. And again, it's always hard to tell exactly. I know that I wanted my cheese to set in really well. And then I've also let it cool just a little bit because I want to taste it, and I didn't want it to burn my mouth. But I want you to see how beautiful that looks. I mean, Erica, you did good, girl. This looks fantastic. So I'm going to go on and do a little taste test here. I can see the cheese is already gooey, which is nice. It almost reminds me of a mac and cheese in a way. So I'm incredibly excited. So as you can see, there's the meat there on the bottom and all the other good stuff on top. Can't wait to dive in. So what I'm gonna have with this for my dinner, I'm gonna have a nice salad, lettuce, tomatoes, probably some more red onions, and that's gonna be it. So let's give it a taste. This cheese takes it over the top, and the taste of the bacon. This is so good. This is delicious. You're gonna have to try this out. You saw how simple and easy it was to prepare. Again, you can substitute a lot of different things in there. If you want it creamier, you can use heavy cream or something like that. I just think that's a little bit too much fat. I know for those on keto, that's something that we get to add, but I think doing the half and half was just fine. You probably could even do almond milk and have the same result. So thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click the little picture in the circle. I come out with recipes every other week. There are over 100 videos out there, so definitely scroll down to look at some of the different episodes. The basis of the show is simple, delicious, and healthier recipes for people on the go. So making casseroles and things like this would be an example of that. What's the healthier way to do it? What's easy? What's simple? But it's got to be delicious. I've got to go because it's dinner time and I'm ready to dive into this bacon cheeseburger casserole. Thanks you everyone. Bye-bye.